Alright, what's up, yins guys? Time for another video. I saw YouTubers talking about this, and I actually looked at the YouTube channels that do the news clips on this. I'm gonna put my 2 cents in about this. I've talked about this is gonna dovetail into other videos that I made, and even comments I made on certain videos too. So, alright, this is a combination or a mixture of, it's a mixture or a combination, if you will, of gender dysphoria and schizophrenia. And those who are inducing it or inciting it, if you will, they are the ones that have a combination of gender dysphoria and narcissistic personality disorder. They want more of this shit to be happening, see? That's their way of getting even with the world. And if people don't start waking up, expect more of this shit to happen. Because that's exactly what's going on. It's definitely by design. Anyway, this person here stabs a cab driver to death. I mean, he didn't even see it coming. My heart goes out to, and my condolences to the family of this cab driver. Didn't deserve that. Didn't do nothing to him. Yeah, and I'm saying him. And by the way, when I saw the YouTube news clips, there was quite a few commenters saying, telling the people in the news clips, quit enabling and encouraging their gender identity. Call them like it is, a him. They don't deserve to have their, in so many words, saying that they don't deserve to be identified according to their gender because they are a murderer. Yeah, the person got like got manslaughter, you know. Even though really they should get life, really, but I guess, you know, whether you find it in other YouTube articles or not, you know, they made some kind of plea deal. You know, some YouTubers are maybe saying, which might be true, judges being lenient on him, because if that's true, which it probably is, that's bullshit too. A person should get life. You know what I mean? But yeah, they're still going to be away for a long time. But anyway, stabs a cab driver, and then in court, they're not apologetic and arrogantly blame society and blame everybody else but themselves. But anyway, the story goes that they called 911 a mental health crisis. And I'm getting to, I'll get to it in a minute about the mental health crisis and caused a lot of this bullshit too. It's pretty much more bullshit. Alright, so anyway, people that do this shit, and the very fact that you noticed that according to everything that was said in the YouTube articles, whatever else, they were having a mental health crisis, and 911 evidently told them to take a cab, and I guess take a cab where, I don't know, to whatever crisis center they go to in that area, or whatever the hell, so he stabs the cab driver for no apparent reason. Cab driver didn't see it coming, and like I said, blames society, blames everything else, blames it on everybody else but themselves. And these people, since a mental health crisis is their middle name, you know what I mean? These people live for having mental health crises. I mean, they're always looking to go off on somebody, and I'm gonna say how this relates here. You might think this is irrelevant, but this entered my mind right away. And you're going to ask, oh yeah, what does that have to do with this? I said it has everything to do with this, and I'm not saying this perpetrator has seen these TikTok videos. But yes, there are TikTok videos that enable, encourage such stabbings. I'm not saying that this perpetrator here that did the stabbing even seen these TikTok videos, but there are TikTok videos that encourage and enable this shit, and then of course the videos don't get taken down. And anybody else that said anything that was yeah, you know, as if it was you or me, you know, we'd be turned in, and you know, police would be coming to our door and everything. But TikTok video was out there, this young kid saying that that's actually literally calling people that if they get misgendered to stab people, and they saying how the world would be a better place if anybody that misgenders somebody gets stabbed. And they'd said it would be a beautiful world.
Not to be like overly dramatic or anything, can we just start stabbing transphobes at this point? Like, we have such a big problem of transphobic people being fucking idiots and not getting their shit kicked in. Can we just start kicking their shit for everyone? The entire world would be so much better if we could just stab a transphobe. Say something transphobic, you get stabbed. The world would be beautiful.
Oh, really? Just fucking try it. I fucking hope you do. And yeah, and I shit you not. I mean, some of us on our YouTube did videos about it. Other YouTubers already did videos about it. And it's like, FBI, internet authorities, where you at? And then there's that dude dressed as a chick. Yes, they're a dude. And wearing glasses that identifies as a chick. But yes, I'm misgendering too, because they're a damn low-life degenerate. And that what makes them a low-life degenerate, they're going on TikTok, YouTubers talking about that too, calling upon other transgenders to go get guns and point guns and shoot anybody who gives them hell for or tries to stop them from going into a ladies' room. And that again too, FBI, police, internet authorities, where you at? So that has plenty to do. That's shit like that is inspiring stabbings like this. If I'm not even saying that this particular person that murdered, that cowardly, in a cowardly fashion, I'll add, murdered this cab driver in a cowardly way, stabbed him, didn't even see it coming, killed him, I think, fairly quick, pretty much too. But even though this person, you have no proof that this dude got inspired by anything, but people that put shit like that on TikTok do inspire that. That's why you also got these transgenders now that going into Christian schools and shooting teachers and kids. They get inspired. So you're going to see more of that. People be talking that damn shit on TikTok. That's not making it any better. But this dude, anyway, and I'm saying dude, he was having a mental health crisis, so he was clearly suffering from a combination of gender dysphoria and schizophrenia. And this, when I say this rule, that only applies to people that act like this. If you're somebody that's going to get all pissed off and you identify as something like this, and you're not like this, what you should be doing, to try to give you some credit here, I'm gracing you, giving you some credit here, instead of getting all offended, you should be condemning shit like this. And if you have another affectional preference or you identify as something like this, you should be saying, oh, I don't want no part of that shit. Or you should be saying, well, we're not all like that. And you should be saying that I ain't going to damn prison for nobody. And this dude should be getting life in prison, really, but they're going away for a long time. So anybody who even talks that shit like they're doing on TikTok, and anybody who acts on it, then you can say, I can automatically say with confidence that I have zero respect for them. And the fact that I have zero respect for them, I could also say that it's a combination of gender dysphoria and schizophrenia. And people that are engaged in the schizophrenia thingy, the schizophrenia thingy, the schizophrenia disorder or sickness or whatever. Yeah, there's a lot of people, liberals, will say, oh, they're victims, oh, don't punish them or whatever. But they should be locked away, at least in a place for the criminally insane, because people with this kind of disorder, they identify as this. They think that everybody's out to get everybody. They think everybody's out to get them, right? And they have a tendency, this kind of dysphoria and schizophrenia. I mean, you can be schizophrenic and a person ain't even looking at you or acknowledging you, right? And they'll just imagine in their head, they got delusions and even hallucinations. They're looking to go off on somebody, right? These kind of person, they're looking to go off on somebody. They're looking for an easy target. A lot of times they're cowards. And what happens is they're looking to get misgendered, right? Yeah, and that's not all. Okay, and here's another thing about people that engage in behavior like this. And I'm saying too, I have no proof that this dude he's probably looking at all kind of social media. What also sets these people off and drives them to go shoot kids and teachers in public schools, go stabbing cab drivers, and going off on people in public. Okay, even though you have people with their own flag, they get their whole month or whatever. You got social media influencers with makeup and all that identify as this and that, and they got massive amounts of followers and shit like that. And even though these people got followers, bear with me here, it's not totally prevalent out here in the real world. These people, it's just like straight people. Straight chicks that do makeup, straight dudes, straight simps that think they're real ladies' man, social media influencers. Some of them fall from grace or just fall completely. People get tired of watching their shit and move on and become a fan of another, because you got to keep your content fresh or whatever too. But anyway, these people, even if they don't commit crimes, whether they get driven to commit crimes or not, they fall into this mental health crisis, right? Because they see these influencers. When you're part of a community that has like a flag or whatever, an allegiance flag, and they get a whole month, doesn't mean they got the whole world by the balls yet. You get these people that, hey, this one here or there can be just another hopeless loser and an incel. You can have a straight person incel, loser, no friends or whatever the hell. But anyway, they see these people with social media, and they got all these friends, and they see the clips of the LGBT whatever flag out there, crowds of people marching the streets, right? But it varies from place to place. And then you see the part about the social media. I don't know, maybe some of these people went to these things and maybe some of them didn't. In some areas, they're not affiliated, there's reality. They're all alone by themselves. They have one or two friends, and maybe they got all their friends on social media. But they see the ones that got all these friends on social media, and then they got the marching in the streets and the flag all in their head, right? But they're all by themselves. Anyway, yeah, there are straight people that are like this too and fall into this depression too, because social media is inflated. It's not real life. That's what causes the depression. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so they fall into this depression, mental health crisis, and they know in their own heart the reality is the real. They know in their heart the reality of their biological gender, and the thing they identify as. They know in their heart it ain't real, and they say to social media, all these other ones that identify as another gender, they got all these friends, right? And they're in this thing called the real world. I mean, they're probably living in the areas where yeah, all these people, that's just it. All these, they're looking at the fantasy land, the social media, it's all inflated. And you can argue that the media influence thing is inflated too. Even if you are really getting all these likes and subscribers, you know, even those, it's all padded with sock puppet accounts. Matter of fact, a lot of these people start out before they even get popular with the sock puppet accounts. But I digress. I'm just trying to tell you, I mean, you can do a whole video on cutting all this. Anyway, it's a fake world that they realize in their own heart. It's a fake world propped up by social media and propped up by bullshit. And of course, you could talk about the surgeries, though, too, that is provided by government when that money can be put elsewhere. I mean, it's all propped up by bullshit. It can't stand on its own. So it's all fake. Their whole life is fake. They can't find some other kind of direction in life. They fall into a mental health crisis and they want to be a victim, and they snap. Even if they don't snap right away, they're looking to get misgendered. They're looking to go off on somebody. And there's people out there that know this. It could be from cab drivers, common people that do everyday stuff. They don't even look at these people. They'll be cordial. They know how it is. Even if you try to be nice to them, they'll go off on you. I mean, they see all these other transgender influencers. They think they're kings or queens, and they see that and they're like, oh, look at me, I'm not getting no respect. Because like I says, they haven't figured they ain't getting that respect that they think they're entitled to, because they're listening to a whole lifestyle that's propped up by social media, and a good percent of it is sock puppets accounts. So they go into a rage. Instead of trying to find themselves another way, they just go into a rage and look for a target, and they'll be a coward, take an easy target, an easy picking, if you will. They need a weapon, and like I said, part of the reason too, even though I ain't saying for sure if this person never seen any of these TikTok videos, that's still a problem. When you got these TikTok people on these TikTok videos saying that it's okay to go stab somebody who misgenders you or whatever the hell, tell them, okay, yeah, the world will be a better place. And crazy transgender thinks he's a woman but he's a dude with glasses, go telling every other transgenders go get a gun and point guns or even shoot people for stopping them from going into the ladies' room. And when you have shit like that going on TikTok, I'll say once again, these people get inspired. The mentally ill gets inspired, and it's a combination of gender dysphoria and schizophrenia, and it's also narcissistic personality disorder, because they don't get the special treatment and acknowledgement they want, and the person decides to be smarter and just be cordial or look straight ahead and avoid them. They don't like that. They don't get what they want. They eventually look look for a target to go off on. Because that's what the mentally ill do. I mean, it's a mental sickness. I mean, it's a mental sickness. It's not normal. It's propped up by social media propaganda and special interest group propaganda, and by surgeries that government decide to pay for somebody else's surgeries to alter their self. I mean, they wouldn't even have that if it wasn't propped up by some bullshit. And then, yeah, that's shit for a separate video too. People that do that, that's big business for people that want to do more of them surgeries. That's why they want to get to your kids and get the public school to teach your kids to be like that. And by the way too, whether it's even with gender identity put aside, that's only a part of it. It's big business to teach your kids to have a mental health crisis. I mean, it's not a joke if somebody's having one, but they want to induce these kids. They don't want the parents or you or me to teach these kids how to find themselves. They want to get to your kids and induce this bullshit. And it's big business too. Mental health crises are big business too. Whether it's with the gender identity thing or for any other reasons, you know what I mean? Mental health crisis is not a joke either, but it's also big businesses. They are, in fact, encouraged and induced. And you've got to know how to recognize that too. Like I said before, there's that thing that they say, it's okay to be not okay. I mean, there's some truth to that, but you've got to watch those people that say that shit too, even though it's partial true. But I will say to you, it's okay to be okay, because there's a part of you that they don't want you to be okay. They want you to, there's these people that will say you have a mental disorder and you're morally and psychologically deficient or deranged and even selfish and high and mighty if you decide to be proud of being okay. I mean, and matter of fact, a band that I listened to that's ironically named Suicidal Tendencies had a pretty positive song. That I love this song, even though the band is named Suicidal Tendencies. I feel lovely. Yeah, it goes like this. Screwed up people everywhere, but I ain't got time to care. I feel lovely. As long as I feel lovely. Yeah. So anyway, if you matter of fact, this is a little off the subject. I mean, I was doing searches for the band and a few of my favorite songs, and if you type the name of the damn band, it comes up before you even get. When you do a search for Suicidal Tendencies, you got to put band music or musical group in front of it, or else if you just type in that name, I shit you not, it'll show up a big page of about getting help or whatever the hell. I mean, I shouldn't be laughing at that. It's not funny. If there's some people if people do need help, absolutely get it. But yeah, I got to look out for this, folks. It's being induced, and if something doesn't change and if people don't get educated the right way, you're going to expect more of this. And this is by design.